Good morning, friends. This is Dr. Makhan Sakya. I'm an expert on international affairs. Let's today discuss about the growing rise of China. Across the world, in every part of the world, today the discussion is that whether China rise is a threat to everyone or whether China rise is only a threat to the American hegemony across the world. What is it we all are getting in and out is the half truth. Why people are considering China rise as a threat. Is it a threat for India? Is it a threat for Russian Federation under Putin? Is it a threat for America under Joe Biden? Is it a threat for Australia? Or is it a threat for the European Union? Why people across are thinking that China's rise could be a threat to global peace? To be very precise, when America has risen, America has been continuously rising in the last more than 7 decades. Have you ever felt that America's rise is a threat to global peace or security? Absolutely not. When America has, occupied countries like Iraq, America has created chaos in countries like Afghanistan, countries like now in Syria, now in Yemen, and in many other parts of the world. People have thought we all, even collectively, have to feel that this is done for world peace and security, right? But when China has risen, right, China has been growing in the last 20 to 30 years. Every one of us have a feel that this might imbalance the global security and peace. Why is it so? Is it a problem in China's rise, or is there a problem in the way China is rising? To be very clear, the way China is rising is itself a problem. Because China's, if you see the policies towards its neighbors, China's policies towards the rest of the global powers who are already in a hegemonic position, like America and Russia and UK, it's something to do with what China is doing, particularly under Xi Jinping. With Xi Jinping, what is happening is that he is trying to, put behind rest of the global powers and want to convey to the whole international community that there should not be a liberal order or liberal Western order or Western liberal order. Rather, it should be an Asian order led by People's Republic of China. Do you think it is going to be acceptable? Absolutely not. These Western countries, right, they have monopolized power for decades and centuries. I truly understand that China used to be a global power once, but not in the last 100 years when these countries have started, from United Nations, foundation of United Nations, foundation of League of Nations in 1919, foundation of United Nations in 1945, 24th October, have led the world and has been leading the world. Suddenly, if you want to stop their movement, right, there is definitely going to be a clash of civilization and clash of titans, right? That is why many of the experts, even in the Western world, they say that China and America might get down to what we call Thucydides trap. If it happens, who will lose and who will gain? To be very clear, if it comes to a kind of a global conflict in between China and the US involving all their allies, the whole international community is going to be in danger, particularly bordering countries like India, right? Even it could spread up to Russia because Russia is also bordering with China. So now, is the American authorities or American establishment sitting in Washington is interested for a global clash? Or Beijing's mandarins, they are waiting for a kind of head-on collusion with America? This is to be watched in the coming days. But for all of us to be safe and to be secure, this kind of a third world war should not happen, because if it happens, this is going to give a kind of a disastrous impact on all of us. But we need to watch out how Beijing and Washington tries to capture their moments in the strategy of becoming the number one in the coming days. America is already in the number one position, but China is trying to overtake. But in this mad race of power, what could happen? No one knows. Hope Xi Jinping in Beijing and Joe Biden in Washington listen to what is written on the walls across the world. Thank you so much. I'll get back to you for my next video. Bye bye.